And we are back live at Calling Antwerp with Erika. Welcome back, Erika.
Thank
Did you
you.
watch the game? This insane bolting game against Lexi, so long, and until the very end, it was hard to see how that
How it's
gets
gonna
out
turn
of
out.
it.
Yeah. I was secretly rooting for the bolting because you always love an underdog story, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that Lumina did not go his way,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But it still seemed like he
Yeah.
could tweak his way back in there. But unfortunately, time was against them both.
I went back to talk with Matteo after the game because you know the Bolton community, the Bolton players. There's very few of us,
Yes.
so we know each other very
Okay.
well, and we encourage each other a lot. So, and he was very confident about winning the game actually because he knew that he could block all the blue arrows coming in from Lexi's side, and that's actually what we saw.
Yeah.
Only blue arrows at the end and not much pressure. So he knew that he could block it out, and he would be able to come back with the strong beacon of victory at the end,
Yep.
just to be able to close out the game. So the way they played at the beginning maybe a bit slow, and at the end they did everything they could to speed up the game.
sure.
It was too late.
But it's
So,
always
yeah.
tricky when you end up in a situation where you're facing a double Lumina
Absolutely,
ascension. You
yeah.
need to do the calculations. Okay, but
Yeah.
if I block here, it's gonna have +1 for until the end of turn, and if I block there, it's gonna have another
Yeah.
+1. And it's a difficult math puzzle that the opponent needs to
Oh,
solve.
yeah.
And if they do it wrong, they will lose the game.
Yeah.
So it's a very important, critical point.
Absolutely, and that was very impressive. The way he blocked, the way the Lexi player blocked
Yep.
in this very crucial turn, it was very impressive. So yeah, it was a nice game all around, and I'm glad that we managed to show it to you guys. So for next round, we're gonna have another hero that we don't see that much recently. He's called Katsu. I don't know how experienced you are with Katsu, but I absolutely love the way they added new cards to Katsu. Maybe we can go see the table now, and we'll see if they're setting up. We have a very, very good player on the left, Kowalski, one of the greats in Poland. He's actually a pro Magic player, and he's I think he's still the reigning national champion in Poland.
Oh,
Yeah, and he's a very cool guy, and I'm excited to see if they tweaked the build they use. The Polish
Baltimore.
players, yeah, they came to the Pro Tour with with a great Katsu build, and I'm excited to see they've managed to fix the matchup against Lexi, because we saw that he was very efficient versus Azalea, but a little bit less when they're not on the right side. Yeah, I think we need to tell them that they need to get on the.
because both of these plays are also 3-0, so it's a very.
Yeah.
These guys have been
There you go.
undefeated so far. Both of them.
So yeah, the nice, is that the blossoming spellblade, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
a
very
pretty-
good.
There we go.
What's
Doing a
your
flip.
go-to play mat, by the way?
Right now.
Do you have one?
Yeah, right now it's a Gurganian Tome mat
Oh,
that I
nice.
managed to acquire in Baltimore,
Oh
actually.
yeah, it is expensive though, right?
I gave
Is it-
$100 for it.
Oh yeah.
So yes, it's on the SQ side, but it's such a beautiful mat.
Yeah,
I
it is.
absolutely
Yeah,
love it.
the artwork is magnificent.
Before that, I had the Crown of Seeds mat.
Oh, nice.
That was a special edition from some US retailer that was selling like a bundle, and
Okay.
on top of that, they had a Crown of Seeds
Yeah,
mat.
the
Also an
art looks
absolute
good
beauty.
too. Yeah. Okay, so look at
Speaking
that.
of mats!
Okay, this
Oh my
yeah,
God.
talking about.
I'll take everything
impressive
back.
mats.
That is the most beautiful mat. If I had that,
Oh my God.
it would be my go-to mat.
That's a nice way to flex now. We've seen on the previous round, Matteo
Video
flexing with,
man.
I mean, there was the Diarophilia, but especially on the Matteo side, he had the Marvel Command and Conquers, very impressive flex. But this one, yeah, it's even rarer, I think. Oh,
Do you have a go-to mat?
I absolutely have a go-to mat. My go-to mat is the Celestial Cataclysm mat.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I'm a Bolton player, obviously, and I
Here.
think, yeah. So once I get my hands on the Spirit of Irina mat, it's gonna be my go-to mat.
Wait, there's a
but
Spirit of Irina mat?
Yeah,
I
but I
haven't
need
seen
to.
that.
Yeah, but since I can't compete and get the ticks, I don't know if I'd be able to get enough ticks in the tournament to get it. But I'll probably have to buy it. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
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 But I want it because Spirit of Irina is by far my favorite card. I mean, my
It's
favorite
so
card
great.
to actually play is Raiden, but yeah, Spirit of Irina is me, and I love the flavor text also. You know, it's linked to the story of Boltin. I don't know if you know the lore of the hero.
I'm bad at the law. I'm sorry.
Boltin is a knight of Solana, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess everybody
Solana
knows it.
yeah,
Yeah. And he used to fight with his wife. His wife was a priest of Solana. She's like, what do you say? Like a fighting priest.
Okay.
Yeah. And she
But that's
died.
not Irina.
She is Irina.
This is Irina.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And Irina was a great fighter in the fight against the shadows, and she fell. She died.
No.
Yeah. And so Boltin now is fighting for his son, the son he had with Irina, and for the kingdom of Solana, and to make sure that nobody suffers the same fate, no other family suffers the same fate as his. And that's yeah. And the flavor text on Spirit of Irina is her spirit inside me always.
Oh.
And I always get a little choked up when I think about it, you know. I mean, yeah, that's a nice touch, and the flavor is always nice in these cards.
That's nice.
Yeah, I love this card so much. So yeah, I'll definitely try to get my hands before the end of this event. There's a big bunch of them at the prize tables.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll try to make sure I can get one.
Nice.
Okay, so on the setup side, on the left, you see obviously a Fennel Spring Tunic on Gregor's side.
Mask of Momentum,
you see, and the Breaking Scales. It's gonna make it very hard to block obviously for Stevie, for the Lexi player. And I think Lexi is starting.
Looks like Lexi is contemplating what to play, so yes.
So it's
Lightning
very,
Press, Lexi.
Yeah. It is very hard to evaluate the matchup because the meta is still changing and Katsu can adapt to a lot of opponents. But who do you feel is favored in this matchup? It's hard to say that Lexi isn't favored, I know, but there are so many things that a good Katsu player can do with the deck.
Lexi is strong for a reason, right? The thing with Katsu is that basically he's coming with a Surging Strike, and the opponent has to face, okay, either I block this one and hope he doesn't naturally have the Wellerman Gust Wave or the Gust Waves in his hand.
Any other Gust Wave, any card with Gust Wave in its name.
Star, any Gust Wave. He hopes that he doesn't have that and pray.
Yeah.
Or you just block the Surging Strike and
but the thing is, even if he doesn't have a Gust Wave, he can just fetch it if you don't block it out. So you have to absolutely double block it.
Exactly.
That might be the issue. Every time there's a Surging Strike, you have to double block it because of the potential of getting high rolled or just maybe your opponent having being able to assemble the combo with the hero power from Katsu. We see a second Surging Strike, so that's gonna be lots of.
Yeah, the pitch there, yeah.
Oh, but he has. So he probably has.
Is that
to
an E-strike
use
in hand?
Yeah, that's an E-strike.
Yeah.
Probably has to go for 5.
And we have nothing floating, so we can't do the Kadashi moves. We have to do the E-strike. Does we draw
E-strike
a
for
card,
5, I guess.
or do we go for 7? We go for 7. Okay.
Very aggressive. So it means that he won't be able to have an arsenal.
I would say draw a card would probably be better here, because typically a card that you draw is typically a 4 value card, and what you gain here is only +2. So I mean.
So he's going very aggressive in the matchup, and that's interesting. Maybe that's the right way to approach it, actually. Just go for it, you know? Attack.
Poke him down a little.
Yeah.
Poke him when you have a chance. I mean, you already blocked with 2 cards, so it's not going to commit another 2 cards for only one.
Revealing the... But
coming with the Frostlock.
Yeah.
And it's going to get go again because you flipped the lightning card.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's interesting. We don't see that many lightning cards in Lexi these days.
No, we've seen in the Swedish community at least we are dabbling with the lightning press in this Lexi build.
That's interesting, yeah.
Just for this value, obviously.
Absolutely.
And also coming with those sneaky, you want to block this on it, but I have a lightning press. It's a Rainbracer with a +1.
Is it the red one? So it's plus 3 actually.
Yes.
So you definitely need to block with 2 cards if you want to make sure. I don't think I've seen any flick flack in Gregor's deck, in Gregor's hand.
Okay.
So no defense reaction. And if he indeed wants to commit to this aggressive plan,
gonna be a nasty one.
Oh yeah.
So Endless Arrow with a potential lightning press coming on top of it.
So that's at least 4, and
question is if that's go again or +1 or not. Because with +1 it's going to be for 5, but it potentially has go again. So if he doesn't respect the lock, he's going to just come back with it.
Absolutely. We'll ask them to use the dice to show what happens on on the board. Use the dice for the attacks and for the effects. Yeah, so we'll show you the metagame right after this game. There's a... I mean, it's a varied metagame. There's a lot of Lexi players, obviously. But it's not the only deck.
We're committing
so he's
7
blocking
here.
for 7, yeah.
So that means that this must be go again because it's coming in for 4 and I'm respecting the lightning press for +3, that's 7. So full block there. Then we're gonna keep the lightning press until next turn, and that's even more oppressing.
Okay, so now just attacking with the Kodachis for Gregor.
See if we can threaten a Mask of Momentum here.
Yeah, I mean, just forcing Lexi to lose a card is good enough, I guess.
For sure.
In this situation.
But that's another thing with the Mask of Momentum. It's also like, okay, but if you don't block this one, I'm just going to come in with more damage. And then you get more value block from your cards. But then again, Lexi's raw value in her cards is so good. So she doesn't want to commit those card blocks.
Do they know that they need to use the life pad? Yeah, we'll just update the health totals because Stevie probably is at 48.
I don't think they're at 40.
No.
For sure.
When you block a Kodachi, you lose health. That's the point.
That's how this game works. Would be very pointless otherwise.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. He forgot the first attacks too. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. I didn't. He took his strike. Absolutely.
Perfect. All good. So
we will try to avoid having a Lexi maybe next round, but I mean,
it's hard.
I know. Yeah, but the deck is interesting enough that it doesn't feel exactly the same every single time we see it played. I mean,
and also against the Bolt.
It's the first time we see Lightning Press in all the 3 Lexi games we've seen so far.
We haven't seen an Outer War yet. That's also a hot topic in the Lexi community.
Yeah.
What, if, and how many to run.
Absolutely. Okay, so the Fluster Fist for 4, threatening
Threatening the mask, yeah.
the mask. So it doesn't mean much because you probably won't use the Snapdragon Scalers to get go again and to attack again. But it means an arsenal.
It's a risky move.
Yeah, it is an arsenal at the very least, so that's okay.
For sure. We're committing snaps here and drawing a session empowerment.
You don't commit snap. Yeah, no.
Or in Lightning Strike even. Yeah. It's not good. Not great. Yeah, okay, we had the one Soul Arachni also in the pool. He's respecting it having a 6
Yeah, it's interesting how defensive he's playing it.
Respecting the Katsu triggers. You
respect the Katsu and the player in front of you. You know Gregor Kowalski is a great player. Yeah.
I'd be intimidated. For sure.
I mean, I'm intimidated by everyone that's playing at this calling, so yeah. Okay, so that's a Searing Shot.
Yep. Coming in for
4+1. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, but I think at this point, yeah, Gregor is like, if it's only damage, I'll take it, and I'll come back with my own strong damage
turn. I'll just come back with more. I have a surging, whelming ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not much you can do here with a 2-card hand for Lexi. It's not great.
Yeah,
but at least 7 damage through.
There was no go again, so he was like, okay, either you use the Snapdragon Scalers or it's only damage, right?
Yep.
So 100 wins.
That's a natural
go again. Yeah. It's all these variations of what the Katsu players are playing as their natural 0 attack go again. It's very interesting every single time you see the new builds, how they want to approach this metagame, and 100 wins is a cool card.
Question if he's going to respect this or not, because even if the 100 wins hit, he can go fetch another 100 wins, and that's going to come in for 4. So if he has the also Winds of Eternity in hand, that's also going to come in for 4. So that's going to be a lot. So it's a tough situation for Lexi on whether or not to
look at this artwork. Sorry, I cut you off, but look at this artwork. How amazing it is.
It is.
How powerful Katsu looks on that.
Is it the full art of this one? It's so good.
Yeah, and the Ancestral Empowerment, nice.
So getting the on it anyway.
Yeah.
Question is if we're going to activate the Katsu or not, because it's on the first attack trigger that hits.
Yeah, you need to decide now.
Yeah. Checking what's available.
I mean, at this point in the game, yeah, probably everything is available for now.
Probably. It's not a lot.
Yeah. There are so many copies, redundant copies of the cards that you know that you can basically fetch whatever you need.
Yeah. But fetching another 100 wins in this situation is probably
that'd be fun,
decent.
but that's not usually
It
what
depends
you
also
see,
what's
but why not?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he's using
we're doing
it.
the Katsu.
Yeah.
Sacrificing a Fluster Fist. Let's see what we're gonna get here. It has to be a card with a combo. He's going for the bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe he's gonna have to either he keeps it for next turn, or maybe he has a Gust Wave. Maybe he has like Descendant Gust Wave.
Yes.
There you go. So attacking for 3 go again. He pays for it. It's free if you start with Surging Strike, but it's a decent card on its own if you're attacking, if you pay for it. 3 go again, and then you know that the Bonds of Ancestry is coming next, so that's gonna be a lot of damage on that turn, and you don't know what's coming after that, too.
Exactly.
That's what is interesting. He'll be able to use, get success to another card with go again, or
That's
maybe
really
just a
sneaky
Fluster Fist. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't keep the card.
Dishonor. No, you need Surging Strike for Dishonor. You need the whole combo.
Right. So close.
Yeah, so close earlier, yes, but I don't think it's gonna happen now. I wish we'd see it. I mean, it doesn't change much against Lexi because it just means one less Frostbite once in a while and one less go again. But yeah, it's still fun to see the Dishonor card on the hero card. Okay, so Bonds of Ancestry coming next.
Gonna banish the Fluster. Looks like.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way to end the combat chain, and then you leave this turn with an arsenal. That's okay for you.
Are we gonna commit Snapdragons?
Oh,
because this
but
doesn't have
it
go again.
rolls.
Yo, it has go again. Never mind.
Yeah. Bonds of Ancestry has go again, but he needs. I mean, he draws there, right? Because it's the third. Oh no, he hasn't hit yet. Yeah.
Exactly, it's the
Right.
when
Yeah.
you attack.
Yeah.
So this has the Mask Trigger on it as well.
Yeah. That's a crucial part of this turn. So how many cards can Stevie afford to lose there? To defend this 4 attack with go again. Yeah, that's what we said, Lagan. Yeah, absolutely. Without surging, it's not as powerful. But
Oh, we're committing the Fiendal.
oh, nice! So even without being oh yeah.
Oh, but it doesn't respect the
There
breaking
is-
scales. So he's forcing the Mask Trigger on this one.
So depending on what he has, he can actually use the Snapdragon Scalers to do a devastating turn. Yeah, Mass Trigger, man. But did he forget about it, or was he like, yeah, if you want to use it now, I'm okay with it? If it is an oversight, it's very tricky, but looks like Gregor didn't have much to do with it because he drew a Winds of Eternity.
So we're gonna come in with a double Karashi.
Yeah, and you finish it off with the Fluster Fist, I guess?
Yeah.
Unless he has another go again attack. But yeah, there
No.
you
Doesn't seem.
go. Yeah.
But
Grabbing the
taking
Fluster
the
Fist.
Fiendal at this stage
Yeah,
is huge.
Yeah.
We're still quite early, we're not even halfway through the life points.
Did they even manage to use it once? No, he didn't.
no.
Yeah, he got no resource from it. He just
I believe it was a 2 when he committed it.
yeah.
Yeah, blocking with 2 cards would definitely have saved him.
It's just an iron rod chest at this point. It's not even a tunic.
Exactly. Alright, so we're committing the arsenal and passing the
Look
turn.
how low he is. People keep complaining about Lexi, but Lexi loses and
Lexi hasn't won a game on stream today.
no.
It's,
I don't know why people complain. You know?
yeah. We're committing the Rain Racer.
Okay, so
Box,
yeah.
Oh, we have the
because-
Codex,
oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Saying shot,
Searing.
coming in for 4 with an unhit. But I think at this point Gregor's gonna take it all because he's so far ahead. unless there's some disruption, he'll be okay with it. There will be some disruption because we've seen the Codex and it can be devastating against the Kodachis. Useless Kodachis is always a big feels bad, you know?
I'm interested that Lexi is going to play this out because the Infecting Shot in Arsenal does not have Go again. And
Yeah.
the Codex of Frailty, definitely he wants to play that
Yeah.
out, right? So either he commits the Snapdragon Scaling on the Infecting Shot and coming with another arrow from the Frailty, or he just commits the Frailty and whatever arrow he picks up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
So Katsu gets the Frailty, making his Kodashis not very nice. Kodashi for 0.
Kodashi for, yeah. Not very impressive.
What arrow is he gonna get though? Drill Shot is available. Endless could also be a possibility. He's contemplating Drill Shot, seems.
Yeah, I think so.
He
It is
needs
the-
Katsu to block, and he's
Yeah.
already committed 2 cards, so
But I don't even think that
I don't-
that Gregor is gonna block this one.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Maybe if he feels that the Kodashis are so useless that he
He has a
he
two
has
block
a
in hand.
snatch, he can just. Yeah, it's not an easy block. I don't know what to do in this situation. Maybe you can afford to just take the hit and say, yeah, you can either give the -1 to my tunic or my Mask of Momentum because I don't want to block with them
No,
anyway
exactly.
until it's
I don't
very
wanna
late
give
in the
them
game. Yeah.
And he's also at a healthy life lead, so I think
Yeah.
taking it is totally fine at this point.
Hey, thanks for all the follows, guys. Very nice to see all the new people coming to join us today and following the channel now. Oh, wow! All of a sudden, everyone is following.
Speaking of it.
Yeah, I guess you people forgot to follow the.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're putting the -1 on Mask of Momentum. We're just gonna take the Drill
Yeah.
Shot. We're popping the Snapdragons. Okay.
So he wants to do as much damage as possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
for
wasn't
sure.
happy about being behind.
Oh, we're
okay.
committing the
It's blocking for 5.
Yep.
There you go.
Technically 7 with the Blood Rod, and the Ponder is gonna resalvage that arsenal for Lexi to go
Yeah.
for another round, and Katsu just has to pass the turn basically.
So yeah, at this point, I think Stevie is waiting for a big 3 of a kind turn and maybe try to turn the tides. So
Yeah.
far, I'd say that Gregor is very much in control of the game, but he, that's the thing with Lexi, that everything can shift in the moment.
Is Katsu's life up to date? Is my question.
Okay.
Oh, Falcon Wing. That's
Falcon
good.
Wing, nice. So that's gonna be a bit of a wider turn than Gregor's expected, maybe. 4 go again.
For the +1 from Lexi. We haven't seen a 3 of a kind, have we?
No, not yet.
Gregor is going to take the Falcon Wing, coming in with Infecting Shot yellow for 4. Four is still an awkward block. Without the breaking
and
skills.
I just looked at the deck list, and I
From-
can't really talk about them because if we don't see the cards, I'm not supposed to talk about it. But at the last minute, we can see that that Gregor's added a card that's a bit unexpected sometimes. I mean, you can play around with it, but I hope we'll see it. Okay, so that's
We
a
took
Frailty and the Blood Rod Pox.
Infecting Shot, getting the Blood
Yeah,
Rod
yeah.
into the Codex of Frailty, getting the Frailty, and another Falcon Shot.
I see. What would you need? What would you need a 3 of a kind when we can do such big turns? But I think
We're
we
doing
have seen
so much damage
yeah,
now.
but there's a
This is
certain
scary.
strike on Gregor's hand, so he'll be able to come back for a lot of damage too.
And Gregor's hand wasn't super impressive.
Yeah. What are you gonna do now? Do you really want to commit and try to prevent this endless row from coming back, or?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Or well, he has a Ponder, so
I
he has
mean,
to choose what to
yeah.
Arsenal anyway, but it's still not great having another endless coming at you over and over again.
Yeah, I agree with you, per Visage. It still has a great breakpoint and it attacks for 6 basically, so that's cool.
Sure.
It is a good card, this yellow infecting shot, yeah. Yeah, he looks like he wants to block, but he'll have to give up a piece of equipment, and that's the tunic.
Yeah, sacking a tunic.
Oh, and another big card, an E-strike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so if my eyes didn't deceive me, there's gonna be a surging strike now. Oh, using the whelming gust wave, the blue one to pitch. Oh no.
Spinning wheel kick?
Yeah, that's a spinning wheel kick, but he... Okay.
It has go again, but it's just coming in for 4.
Yeah,
It doesn't have the combo.
Does, yeah. So maybe he'll try to surging strike next and then attack with the whelming gust wave from the arsenal if he has one. But yeah, there's not much else he can do. Well, the only way to know the cards in Katsu is to play the deck, and I love the deck so much that I've played it a lot. Yeah, but so I'm not just kicking or doing something with win. Yeah. But that's so great about Flesh and Blood is that the unity, you know, in the aesthetics of the cards. I love it. When you play your deck, you know instantly while you can looking at the cards that.
The artists.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, I'm coming to the Katsu here.
Okay.
What's after spinning wheel kick? I don't know. If he's going for the line or if he's going for something else.
Oh, another one. Okay.
Another one.
Now you look at it. What is? So
Wait,
yeah,
does it do
I
something?
think yeah. So spinning wheel kick, I think it combos with itself. But I have to admit, I don't remember the effect.
I do not either, so I don't blame you.
So yeah, but we'll ask Pietro to display it for us. The spinning wheel kick. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Just a drone of
So,
brutality.
yeah, not impressive effect, but that's cool. Look at the size of this leg.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks chat. I mean, chat is always better than us. We are the ones doing the casting, but they are way better than us.
What would we do without you?
Yeah. Chat's the best.
I mean, I don't think the on-hit effect is that dramatic.
No, it's not that relevant, but it's still 5 damage, you know?
It's this, and we're
We'll
getting
go
close
again,
to the
yeah.
lethal here, so...
And you don't know what's coming next, so you have
We're
to
committing
respect
one
the
card
output
here,
of
yeah.
damage.
And then snatch for 4.
Oh,
Double on-hit.
nice.
Double
So
on-hit
that-
now with the
yeah.
mask momentum.
I mean, yeah, we saw the snatch actually, so I didn't remember it, but it's only attacking for 3 because of the frailty, so it's not...
Now it's an interesting question if it doesn't...
Yeah.
I mean, you should block this one. I
Yeah,
don't
it
see
is
why
an easy
not.
block, but you don't want to use all your hours for that. But
No. He commits the Snapdragon Scalers. Let's
Nice.
go. So we're gonna draw 2
yeah,
cards.
you
We
have
have
to
go
go
again
for
on the
it now.
snatch.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have one resource, so basically you can use almost all the cards in your deck, apart from the Bones of Ancestry, if you because if it's not part of the combo now, or the E-Strike would be bad. But other than that, most of the cards you can use them. Oh yeah, that's the mass trigger,
Exactly,
so that's
exactly.
2 cards. Oh,
So that
Okay.
makes it less risky,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
still a risk. Like, what if you draw 2 blues
it is, yeah.
and no go again? Then
But I think the
you
risk
still
was...
have the frailties. You can't pitch for
yeah.
anything, so it's still a bit risky, but we'll see if it draws anything good. We're doing the whelming gust
Oh.
wave.
If it is a Bonds,
No, this are the Katsu taking.
if it's a Bonds of Ancestry as the last card in his hand, it's absolutely
That would be
insane.
bonkers.
Okay, so that's coming in for 3. Yeah. Oh yeah, the die
The
don't
dice
go.
is too big.
Yeah, not low enough. Maybe
We don't have a die small enough.
Oh, maybe then you have the big dice. We need to give them the small ones.
But it's coming for 3 go again, so it's a lot of damage, and we're down at 8. It's not great.
But yeah, it's very weird that you don't block a snatch that
Yeah,
that has
I'm very perplexed by that choice.
mask of momentum trigger on it.
Maybe miss the mask of momentum trigger and you thought, it's just one card, and it's just gonna arsenal it, and then this turn is over, but...
And that's the thing. Now that less and less people are playing Katsu, you tend to forget that kind of line. I mean, that's the snatch into mask of momentum trigger is like one of the oldest plays in the game, but you tend not to forget about it. And there you have it. Stevie is at 8 with 3 damage coming in, and you don't know. And if you feel that there's a chance that the Bones of Ancestry is in Gregor's hands, you need to block it.
Well, at least he has already done the Katsu, so you can't go fetch it if it has a 0 cost in hand. But yeah, it's just gonna come into Arsenal and leave it at that.
Okay.
So. Gonna take 2 from the ladder, I believe.
Looks like it, yeah.
So still 11 to 8. It's still close.
No, 5. Yeah, he took the 3. Yeah.
Still, if Lexi can clap back here, we still have the New Horizon and the Bullseye Bracer ready to go, and the Codex. Okay.
Okay, that's gonna be a big turn
This
anyway.
is great.
Yeah,
This is great.
Okay, so coming in for 4 with the bolt and shot.
Now's the question: do we respect the bolt and shot? It's a yellow one. It's probably
is a
+1
yellow
from
one,
Lexi,
yeah.
so it's coming in for 4, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe 5 because you probably used the.
If it's red, I
plus
think it's
one.
yellow.
Oh
right?
no, it's a yellow one. Yeah.
Yep. Still 4 is an awkward block, but do you commit mask at this point? Because right now you're at a point where your opponent is forced to block basically, because otherwise they die. So your mask of momentum is not gonna be very helpful to you anymore because the on it is obsolete at this point. So we could comfortably block with the mask of momentum and.
But it still blocks only for 1, so that's.
That's enough. It's coming
It's a
in
bit
for 4, so
strict.
1 card from hand and the mask is
Yeah.
on the breaker. I think that's fine.
But with so few cards in hand, is it really that relevant? Yeah, I guess so, because it's the difference between having two infantry shots coming in.
True.
If he lets him not have to pay to get a card in his arsenal, it could mean the difference between dying and staying alive in this turn. Yeah, so. Oh, the flick flags. So he's actually playing the flick flags in the matchup. I mean, I guess you have to, but since we hadn't seen any of them, I wasn't sure that he'd pack them.
Exactly. There we go. Then
Okay,
infecting shot
infecting
for
shot now.
5 go again. I
It is a
presume.
big infecting shot. Yeah. So now any combo card is blocking for 2 more.
That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge in the
It's
matchup.
really
Yeah.
good. This flick flag coming in clutch here.
Nicolas excited about this epic flick flag. We want to put Kel on stream, guys, but his opponent, I think it was his opponent, refused to get on stream earlier today, so we asked later. I'll go talk to Kel later today.
We'll make sure to make
The people demanded.
The
Yeah,
people.
okay. The people is very demanding.
Less Lexi, more Kale. Got
Yeah.
it.
I mean, everybody needs more Kel in their lives, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he made it all the way from New Zealand, you know?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And he's leaving on Monday, he told me.
Wow.
Can you imagine the effect the time zone difference is the jet lag is gonna make on his body? But he's a beast, so.
I mean, I traveled to Baltimore. I thought that was a
Yeah.
long journey. New Zealand, I wouldn't imagine. Alright, so we're contemplating this inflecting shot.
Yeah. It is gonna be a block for 5 probably with
Yeah, 1 combo
with the
piece
Winds of
is
Eternity, there you go.
good to go. So, going in with the Codex of Frailty here. Getting the Ponder, getting the Frailty.
So which one of those 0 cost horrors is he gonna use? Oh, the searing shot, yeah. The one that does the most
That's
damage.
the damage,
part,
yeah. You need to do the damage at this point. You need to get your opponent down at this point.
It is the 4th round, as you can see, Loving Benjamin and in the upper left corner. right next to Katsu. So that's gonna be 8 rounds for today.
Should we say we had 644 players here today, the biggest European calling
It is,
to
yeah.
date.
It is the Euros,
It's
the biggest
massive.
event in Europe. It's even bigger than Pro Tour Lille. Okay, so blocking for 4 now, blocking the Syrian shot completely. He still has a 1 card. Oh yeah, be like water, yeah. Taking for 3, we'll go again.
He doesn't have a card in hand, so Castle
Yeah.
Trigger is useless, but
But you don't know what's in the arsenal if that's another snatch.
you can't
Yeah.
pitch for the effect either, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a snatch in Arsenal, that's a good follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna come in for 3 though because of the frailty, so it's not great.
Yeah, yeah. But he still demands a card
For sure.
because you don't want to keep your opponent with an arsenal card. So yeah.
And Lexi still has the bull-size bracers, and of course the
Oh, yeah.
horizon. So there's still some more.
Yeah, it
damage
is
to
relevant
cover.
actually. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, and that's gonna be 5 rounds tomorrow before top 8. And then after the top 8 tomorrow, after the finals, we'll have a great cosplay contest, and we'll try to stream it. Yeah, I'll try to ask the people in charge if we can stream it, because I think that we don't show these guys enough love. They're amazing, and I
The
wanna.
crafts?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
It's
god,
so
it's
impressive.
Insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an Arctic Constellation hand, we have Heat Seeker, I believe, and Infecting Shot. Bolt and Shot on top. Yeah.
Every time I look at the deck list and at the cards, every time Lexi is playing a card, I'm like, oh yeah, this card
Sorry,
is
that's the
amazing,
Winter
and
Spite,
this
never
one
mind.
is amazing too, and this card is amazing. Only amazing cards.
This card is good. Why do you think it's so hard to build a Lexi deck? All the cards are good, and there's so many of them.
But yeah, that's what's difficult.
This
You need
new
to,
set really-
You need to cut cards at some point.
Yeah,
and that's so tough. Okay, another searing shot attack. Okay, so he respected the searing shot last turn, but this turn he's like, okay, give it to me. And that's a lot of damage coming in.
For sure. Blue Infecting Shot, that's gonna
So
come with
it
the 3,
is the
but
blue one, yeah.
it's...
But it still has to be
Yeah.
respected, yeah.
And, it's
And
gonna
then
end
the
with
Bolton
Bolton
shot
shots.
is coming in, yeah, you know it's coming in.
Interesting.
Yeah, we will definitely put Dennis Zhang on stream, but he's running very hot, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find a way to stream in later today at the top tables. So we were just waiting a little bit, and we wanted to show different heroes before maybe they would fall down the rankings.
So tomorrow is only gonna be Lexi and all the time.
Yeah,
Draw
maybe.
line
Yeah,
over and over.
yeah, that's it.
We'll sort it out. And the Bolton Shot for 4, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's prediction from Pervy Sage for Lexis to play Dromize and all them. With all them winning the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah, start your top 8 predictions. What do you think is
You
gonna end up on top?
Yeah. And somehow all them wins it.
Yeah, you put one old team in the top 8 in Baltimore, and yeah, there you go.
Do you know what the name of Old Him is in French? That they actually localized the game in French, obviously, and they changed the name and they used a French name. That it's not Hold'em because it wouldn't be fun.
Really?
So do you know the name of Hold'em in
I
French?
don't know.
It's vieil homme. It means old man.
That's
But
crazy.
but as a first name, it's it looks. I mean, it sounds weird, but it's so cool actually that they actually did it. I love it.
Wow.
Vieil homme.
Damn.
Vieil homme.
Damn. Oh, this hand is interesting.
Yeah, Crowdy. I talked to Kale yesterday, and he told me he was gonna top 8. So I guess we'll meet
You
him in
better.
the top 8. Yeah, we can wait a little while to stream his game. Okay, so that's a Kodachi for 1, and you know at this point any Kodachi attack is very important.
It would be awkward to end up in a Kodachi lock anytime soon. But
Yeah.
we're going to go creeping a 3-card hand here. Plus Arsenal. It's going to be a lot here.
And Stevie
Already.
doesn't look like he wants to block a lot, so yeah, there you go.
Already down to 3. But yeah, blocking the Kodachi is not a great return of investment value.
Oh, the 100 wins now.
There's a lot of 100 wins. I've seen more 100 wins.
Maybe he's playing
than
100
Surgings,
of them.
I believe. Played
He's playing 100 wins.
100 times.
100 wins. Yeah, I haven't seen Logan Bolam. I know he's playing obviously, but I haven't seen him today. So, and I haven't seen him in the pairings. But yeah, I'll definitely try to check all the stars in the scene. Oh yeah, nice ancestral, yeah, for the win.
So the 100 wins came from Arsenal. He still had 2 cards left in hand, so the Katsu trigger is a threat. And we have a Lightning Press, a Winter Spite,
yeah, it doesn't
and a
block very
3 of a
well,
kind.
yeah.
It's a really, really poor hand to be blocking at this stage.
Oh, look at that!
He just has the natural. It's coming in for 4 now. That's. Is he gonna commit the 3 of a kind?
Well, you have
He
to,
has
right?
to.
Yeah.
Or the New Horizon. No. Yeah. Descendant Castaway. It's coming
would
for
go
3
again,
though.
but it
It's not
doesn't matter,
amazing,
yeah.
but it's good enough. He has to commit the 3 of a kind. He's stuck with the Lightning Press in hand.
Okay, so
This
he's
is
basically
not-
Kodachi locked.
This is good. Yeah. More or less. I mean, Lexi is just gonna have to pass his turn.
because there's no way Katsu breaks like in this kind of situation. It's
No, it's too
absolutely
early, it's too
impossible.
early.
Yeah,
He still has good card economy here.
yeah. Arsenal the lightning press. Yeah. No, you
Yes,
can't.
this is the thing with the Lightning Press running in Lexi. It doesn't block for anything,
Yeah.
so if you end up in this situation, it's
Yeah.
rough.
I mean, from his body language, you can only see his hands, but you know he's disappointed about this situation. So there you go. A tale as old as flesh and blood, the Kodachi lock.
Yeah, that's interesting. He could have triggered Voltaire with it, missed it, and just get rid of it.
Yeah.
He knows he has to block.
Oh, and Paul,
and that's
there you
game.
go. Yeah, I think it wasn't updated and he was at 1.
Yep.
actually,
He
so,
took the one from Kadashi, was launcher one.
Very,
Very well played.
by Gregor Kowalski. It was a nice game, I guess.
Very nice
I mean,
game.
yeah, and people, all of you people complaining in the chat about Lexi being too strong, look at what happens today.
We're showing that
Yeah, that's what we
the
said
European
earlier.
meta
Just
is
beat
showing
it.
that Lexi is not the top dog anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Very interesting game.
yeah, it was a very interesting game, and maybe we can show the meta game right now and see what the repartition of the different heroes is. So this is not the meta game. This is something else. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So still, yeah,
133.
lots of Lexis obviously, but 91 Dromais.
To prey on them, yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome to Europe.
there you go. 63 Oldims,
Wow.
40 Katsus, 40 Azalias.
That's impressive,
Coming back
though.
strong. Yeah. I mean, that's a nice way to switch. Still keep playing a Ranger deck with the power of Premeditate and Codex of Frailty, but with a different approach. We've seen builds with Sense Carbon Great Bow emerging on Azalea, and I think it's a very nice way to circumvent the fact that some people are gonna go all defensive on you if you're playing Ranger or Azalea. But with the Dreadbore, with some equipments, you can just make sure, and with some special cards like Release the Tension, you can prevent your opponent from actually using the defense reaction and make sure that life is impossible for them. But look at this repartition in the middle of the meta game. Lots of dashes of Briars, of Uzuri, a very close repartition of Bravo, Viscerai, even some Fies too. See? Very
Also,
cool.
so many doors.
Yeah.
That's really.
Yeah, and every single hero is in the game is present actually. 3 Arachnes,
3 Levias,
Levias.
5 Riptides.
Yeah, so I've looked at the results of the Riptide players, and it's not looking too good right now. But maybe during the day they come back, and we'll be able to show them on the upper side of the tables. 8 Boltons, as we saw earlier. Sometimes the matchup versus Lexi is a bit tricky. 8 Reinhards, 14 Icelanders. You saw on the first game, Joris Verhelst that played an impressive game versus 5, and 15 of the other wizard. Ark's favorite wizard, Kano.
I'm amazed that Viserai is not seeing more play than Briar. I would expect more Runeblade lovers to be on the Viserai side of things compared to Briar.
Especially because it's so good versus Droma,
exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it has such a good matchup.
Exactly. But then again, we are fighting hard to get Briar her last Living Legend points. We are not letting her go. It's a high spirits in the Briar camp.
But yeah, on what side of this fence are you? Do you want to see her go, or do you want to keep playing her? But if you play her and you win with it, everybody in the Briar community is gonna hate you. So what can you do? It's a lose-lose situation.
I don't think when Prism LL that everyone started hating on.
On yours? I don't know.
So,
I mean, some people call him the Prism Slayer, and I know that some people in the.
Isn't that sort of like a title you wear?
Yeah.
So I mean, you were the last person to successfully
Prism,
bring her to the end, you know.
But we'll see Prism pretty soon again, so that's exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting going into the next calling. We're going to see in Birmingham, because then we have the release of Dust to Dawn, and also the new bans restricted, if there's going to be any. So that meta is going to be completely flipped. Also, if what we see coming out of this tournament, if OB can make Oldhim or Briar also reach the level lineage points, then
it would
also
change
in combination with the
everything.
Rotonats season that's going on right now. Could change everything, basically.
As a Briar player, I want her gone. Even Kotaru wants to see her gone. The relationship is toxic, and she breaks like a professional builder. Well put. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've seen some people having success with Briar at the Pro Tour. It didn't go all the way, but still having a pretty consistent, huge turn sometimes. So, I mean, if there's 37 players with Briar at an event like the Calling, mainly good players, you know that there's something there. You know, it's not she's not totally gone.
And also with an open tournament like this, like anyone can show up at the door with their deck, and it could be whatever deck.
Yeah.
It's like their favorite deck of all time that they can bring to this table and just have a good time. I mean, it doesn't have to be everyone is on the competitive end and always want to do good. It could also be just like, I just want to hang out and cheer for my friends and have some good time along the way.
Yeah.
Fighting the spirits with my favorite hero. It's also, we also see that going on around in the floor.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll take a very short break and come back with more information about the next round and about.
We'll see about the Uzuri, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be great to see an Uzuri if, as soon as we see an Uzuri at the top tables and that we can show to you guys, we'll come back with an Uzuri. Maybe an Uzuri with a Runeblade matchup. I think the matchup is very interesting. Yeah, or Uzuri versus an Azalea could be cool. So yeah. Definitely try. We'll try to give you the best matchup for the next game. Maybe try to avoid Lexi if you guys are sick of Lexi. But
we've had enough.
Yeah. Have you had enough? I mean, I've loved the game.
It.
Yeah, the game was great.
I mean, all the Lexis are getting beat. I'm having a blast. Sorry, Lex.